In today's video, we will learn how to compare different things in ChatGPT. One of the most useful things you can do with ChatGPT is compare different topics, products, ideas, or categories. ChatGPT has access to a massive amount of information which allows it to create detailed comparisons in just a few seconds. This can be extremely useful when you are trying to make decisions, learn something new, or quickly understand the differences between two things. For example, you could ask something simple like, "What is the difference between cats and dogs as pets?" Even though that sounds like a basic question, ChatGPT is able to generate a surprisingly detailed response. It can compare things like behavior, personality, care requirements, interaction with owners, activity levels, and overall lifestyle differences. It may even provide a short summary at the end to make the information easier to understand. Now, sometimes the response might feel too long or too detailed. One of the best features of ChatGPT is that you can continue giving feedback to improve the answer. For example, if the explanation is too large, you can ask it to rewrite the response in under 200 words. ChatGPT will then shorten the answer while still keeping the important information. You can also adjust the complexity of the response. If the explanation feels too advanced, you can tell ChatGPT to rewrite it for a complete beginner or for someone at a 5th grade reading level. Once you do that, the wording becomes much simpler and easier to follow. Instead of using technical categories or complicated language, it will explain the comparison in a more direct and beginner-friendly way. This is one of the most powerful things about ChatGPT. You are not limited to the first response. You can guide the AI exactly like you would guide a real person. You can tell it the tone you want, the type of audience reading the content, the length of the answer, or even which specific area you want it to focus on more. For example, you could ask for the differences between iPhone and Android devices. If the answer focuses too much on design and not enough on security, you can simply ask it to focus more on security features. You could also request more information about hardware, customization, performance, or battery life. ChatGPT takes that feedback into account and adjusts the response accordingly. Another important thing to remember is that ChatGPT keeps the conversation context within the same chat. That means it remembers your previous requests and feedback, allowing it to create better and more personalized answers as the conversation continues. The more specific your instructions are, the more useful and accurate the comparisons will become.